we will open the monthly board meeting for March 2026 at 6 p.m. We will go ahead and start with the pledge, or excuse me, the prayer and then the pledge, so we'll stand. All right. Pledge.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And shall we pray? Lord, thank you for all that you give us. Thank you for the rain we've had, the weather we've had. It's been a little chilly, but we'll take it. Lord, watch over our firemen as they're out there right at the moment, taking care of woods fires on the backside of the community. And may they be safe and watch over our entire community the rest of this month, Lord. May we serve you in a blessed and honored way. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, the pledge. I thought you were starting with my pledge.
Yeah, that's why we were all
I
confused.
missed the pledge. And,
First he said he's gonna have to prayer first.
Yeah.
And then Daniel turned around the way. So that's what we'll go with. All right, reading of the previous minutes.
You gonna do roll call?
Oh, yes, we can do that.
Doug,
They took us on this.
Don, Don, Mike,
Here.
Daniel,
Here.
Brandon,
Here.
Paul,
Here.
me. All right. Now the prior minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Meeting called to order by Brandon at 6:02. Pledge and prayer was Brandon. Roll call. Present was Sonia, Daniel, Doug, Paul, Don, Brandon, and Mike. Prior minutes, January minutes read by Sonia. Motion to approve with changes by Paul, second by Daniel, approved by all. Treasurer's report, Doug reviewed the financial dashboard for January. Motion to approve by Brandon, second by Mike, approved by all. Chief's report, January report presented by Doug. July. It would have been January,
February.
February.
No, you're right, you're right.
January.
Yeah, we'll present February.
Okay. Emergency runs 93, Lakeview 80, Abernett 13, year-to-date, Lakeview 80, year-to-date, Abernett 13, year-to-date, total calls 93. 2026 training schedule is being finalized, no truck maintenance, extractor, dryer has shipped, water line at Station 1 has been repaired. Committee reports, no reports from IT committee, still currently paying World Press.
There's no L, just Word.
There's no what?
Word, not Word.
WordPress. Well, see, I watched the video 20 times.
That's all right.
WordPress. All right, communications, none. Old business, Troop 477 is handling the Eagle project. Mike and Daniel spoke with the Lakeview mayor about tying into the city septic. Mayor has concerns as to financial and maintenance issues. These details will need to be worked out. Mike asked if we had a resolution as to the fate of the ladder truck. Market value is less than the cost of repairs. Mike made a motion to authorize Chief Doyle to dispose of the truck as he sees fit, preferably as it would benefit the district. I'll second the motion, approved by all. New business, we have one outstanding employee agreement not completed. After lengthy discussion, Mike made a motion to send the contract to the attorney for review. Daniel second. Paul suggested we approve section 1.4, so Mike withdrew the motion before approval. Paul made a motion to approve section 1.4 to add up to 15 hours per week. Daniel seconded the motion, approved by all. Daniel made a motion to send sections 2.1.1, section 8 to the attorney, through section 8 to the attorney for review. Don seconded the motion, approved by all. The policy for billing was presented for possible adoption by the district. Daniel made a motion to send the policy to the attorney for review, but after discussion, the motion was withdrawn. After discussion, Daniel made a motion to table the policy until the board president and treasurer had time to finalize it. Motion was seconded by Don, approved by all. Brandon made a motion to set up a billing policy workshop for him and Doug to finalize the policy. Don second, approved by all. No public input. Sonia made a motion to adjourn, second by Doug. Meeting adjourned at 7:07. What?
Lakeview as it pertains to the city is to us.
We gonna get that?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as amended.
So,
That was Paul. Now, hang on.
motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who said?
Who's second? Dan.
Okay. Okay.
None opposed, motion passed. All right, treasurer's report.
Just one minute. Checking account began the month with 46,625.27. We ended with 24,794.11. Savings remained the same at 40,082.57. Kind of a slow month all the way around. We only, on regular fire days, we brought in 16,559.30. Total revenue 20,821.99. Expenses, utilities, buildings and grounds. We paid for that water leak, which is why it's higher than normal. We paid insurance. I knew there's another big one I had to mention, which we pay that only so many times a year, so that's why expenses were up this month, but other than that, everything's pretty much in order. Our total expenses were 40,653.15.
Make motion to accept financial report.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. You said you agreed to chief's report?
Yeah. Chief Doyle and Austin are on the call at the moment. Fire chief was for the March meeting, but its numbers for February. Emergency runs, 108, 97 of those being in Lakeview, 11 in Abernat. Year-to-date Lakeview, 177. Year-to-date Abernat, 24. Year-to-date calls, 201. No training to report. No truck maintenance to report. I'll have a little something from next month's meeting. Fire recovery, we didn't receive any, and miscellaneous, he's working on a potential grant from Norfolk Southern, and our 2026 hose testing is completed. Not on the report, but he called, mentioned to me earlier, just as an FYI for the board, but our lawn cutting service is going up $30 a month this year, which, I mean, the grand scheme of things is nothing. That's all he's got.
Committee reports. T. Still working on that. That's it.
I had a conversation with Doyle the other day, just the other day, a couple days ago. He said he didn't have any bites on the truck.
Any, let's go back to old business. Guess we're talking about the, employment agreements. We talked with the attorney and she questioned pretty much why we even have contracts that were at real estate. So I could see us maybe having one for the fire chief, since he has several job tasks that are pretty important, but anything else, we just that will. It's up to the board, which way y'all wanna do it. Any discussion.
Personally, I think we need some kind of an understanding with the employees, what the expectations are.
Yeah, just something to the effect like,
Like I said, this isn't really a contract, it's an employee agreement.
yeah,
And I mean,
just a basic job description. And then,
you gotta somehow come to an understanding about if there's any benefits involved, vacation time, things like that. You gotta have something in writing.
well, that'd be left up to the chief to handle all that again.
I like contracts because they're pretty explicit for the individual. I mean, for the only outstanding contract, it's not entirely necessary. They really are more useful for people like office manager and the chief, since they have much more broad description. And chief, because sometimes he has to do stuff that maybe some of the board wants to argue with, he has to have the leeway to do his job
Well, and
and have recourse on
the person who
those.
had that job previously liked to point out, I didn't say that, I didn't say that.
Yep,
I never agreed to that, which is a big part of our past contract.
yep. Well, it also gives him recourse too, so, you know, it allows him to act with a little bit of levity without having to worry about the at-will state coming into play.
Well, the other thing it does, if you're gonna put on the chief, he's gotta have some understanding of how he's gonna stay in budget.
I think he's
I'll
got a
just-
grasp on that.
Well,
Doug can go over that with,
I mean, that's part of his responsibility, is to stay within his budget, and if he does think he's going to, or he's got some crazy expense to bring to the board, those are the things he's
even with
held
the
accountable for.
members on the fire department, he's gotta stay within the budget with them, so, I mean, it's basically two other individuals that are already on payroll, so.
You know, I was about to say, we would have to make an adjustment there to his, you know, to his budget, because we deliberately separated the office from the fire chief as opposed, as in terms of like what's part of it, like he has to keep the payroll for the firefighters in line, because that's what he manages as part of his budget, but we deliberately kept the office staff out of it, because they do so much stuff for the board that it's kinda unfair for us to just tack hours on the
I understand what you're saying, but it's not separated in the budget. It's one line, payroll is one line item in the budget.
That's fair enough.
I'll just point out, talking about at-will state. I mean, yes, Alabama is an at-will state, but because of our bylaws, there are certain, we can't just fire Tyler at will. There are certain things in our bylaws, then there has to be so many members of the board, yada, yada, yada.
So he's got a couple layers of protection there.
So do make a motion to leave it, the, anything below Tyler's agreement to up to the fire chief's, job title, and then we'll write up something.
we have one with Martha.
That's what I'm saying, anything below Tyler, which he's in technically, she reports to him, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So, I'll make a motion that we go to at-will for everybody except for the fire chief. That includes all employees other than the fire chief.
I said that.
Amendments to go to at will,
For all employees other than the fire chief. And it was seconded by Mike. Any other discussion?
Just, I mean, to piggyback on that, I think there needs to be job description or something, so
I
that
agree.
everybody's on the same
I mean,
page.
it's not just gonna be safe. And there's probably gonna be some discussions, and hopefully he does an annual review with everybody too, which I did in the past when I was a fire chief, so
so we go at will in lieu of a contract, would that be?
that's fine.
Better.
Well, there were agreements,
You know,
not contracts.
missing something there. Okay.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed?
Opposed.
Got one opposed. Two? That's two, yeah.
Who opposed?
Daniel and Paul.
Did I just put two opposed and,
You should
or do I
mark
need to
who
put the
actually-
names out?
Yeah, you need to mark who actually
Okay.
voted who.
Sonia abstained.
And Don's like,
Which means we got a 3-2 with an absence, passes.
All right, motion is passed. Oh, let's see. That was old business. Anything else old? We still gotta work on the billing policy.
Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that until they read the minutes tonight.
We'll, try to set up something this month. When Martha gets back in the office. All right, any new business?
Yes, we have petitions for annexation into the fire district.
Okay.
I have one of them, we've got, he already verbally agreed, he already has the document, and from what I hear, he's already signed it, I just don't have the physical document in my hands yet for one, and then I have the signed petition here, I'll pass around, for, the 20 other parcels.
so what is it, one homeowner or one landowner or what?
It's two landowners. One has 4 parcels, 3 of which are already in the district. So he's simply adding a land-only parcel into the district. And then the other one is a 20-home subdivision that is currently, only one home currently. The rest are currently either being built or are just subdivided lots. This is the petition for the subdivided lots with all the appropriate, parcel numbers, and then I should have the other one here, shortly.
Took one off the parcels,
Yes, yeah, where it would be, the one parcel is at the end of Buller Road, and it abuts these parcels. So it's a continuous block. So all we need is board approval to, accept the petitions once they're all in.
Daniel, is it in another district?
It's currently technically in Abernant. So we would have to advise the defunct Abernant district that we are annexing those properties based on that, but Abernant's defunct. And that is also the stated reason for annexation in the petition, is that their department is defunct.
Is it currently in this petition coming from the current landowner?
Yes. They're coming from the current landowners. Like I said, I have to pick up the one for the acreage off of Buller Road, but it was already delivered to him at his request.
Ogle is the name of it.
Bogle's that's the subdivision. So there's 20 parcels, which we got the map right here. I can show you where it is. It's this right here. So you're right here in the middle. It's these 2 blocks right here. So we've already updated with Honeysuckle Circle and Longleaf Drive, which is the subdivision, and then this white block right next to it. It's just a 10-acre empty land parcel. And you see this blue, see this parcel, and the small parcel inside. This, that's the guy's house. These are his 2 other parcels, and then he has one parcel that's not currently in the district. And then you have these 20, which are around these 2 roads, which are contiguous to that. So basically, it's just a straight annexation that way. We already covered it. Chief is already, on the subdivision side, Chief has already been out there to advise on fire hydrants and that sort of thing when it was set up. But that will be an additional 20 rooftops plus, whatever we get for there's gonna be almost no value to that parcel. It's 10 acres, but it's half of it's a lake. So it's not gonna affect his dues that much, but, obviously it can't take place until we have the physical copy for the other one in place, but we can go ahead and make the motion to approve those once they're all in. And that way we don't have to call a special call meeting for it.
I would think we need to let Tuscaloosa map and look over it, make sure it's, before we approve anything.
But they get Tyler's opinion or thought on it also, wouldn't it?
I would-
So see, what, Luke,
I don't know if he has or not, has he?
didn't you say?
Bill Tyler's actually been out there to advise on the fire hydrants and stuff, because this is a property that we technically already cover all of it. But this is one person who's already in the district and his neighbor, that's the only individuals that are involved.
Do you know the landowner's name?
Yeah, it's, Chris, they're a recent landowner, they bought that from the Youngs here a few years back, hold on, let me go pull up the email, I'll tell you.
That little lake there is on the Youngs.
It used to be, yes, Chris, I can't remember what Chris's last
I
name was.
know it, but I didn't remember his last name.
Yeah,
We can probably find it off of, GIS.
yeah, we can definitely find it off of GIS, Bob, give me 2 seconds here, I'll tell you.
I have that pulled up if you need any information. I have all that.
Do you see a last name on that individual?
Do you have the parcel ID, just to make sure I give you the correct information?
I don't
We'll hear in a second.
know. He's trying to pull
But
it.
I can tell you, if you go to, if you pull up Southern Clover Development, it's gonna be the properties that adjoin there.
I have a Patrick Coleman listed as the owner.
That's him, Patrick. I don't know why I had Chris in my head.
Coleman?
Called COLVIN.
Coleman. Is there any past due on any of these properties? You need to see this?
We don't currently bill for either one for.
That's
any-
right, we don't have, you're correct, I'm sorry.
Parcel ID, in case you'd like to know, is 6324 0420 000 037.000.
That, yeah, it's not the exact one. It's the one he's talking about that already lives here. But the last one before the decimal point was 37?
Yes.
Okay.
Stated reason. The reason for annexation, owners adjacent properties, including the parcel containing their residence, is already located within the Lakeview Fire Protection District, and fire service, and the fire service responsible for the above referenced parcel is defunct. That is the
You said
stated
there's
reason for annexation.
one current house already built?
Yes, there's one of in the subdivision, which is listed on that annexation petition, there is one that is already built, it has an address and a certificate of occupancy and is already listed for sale.
So he's looking on, to try to move on this as soon as.
As quickly as possible. It's, the driving force behind the entire thing is actually that gentleman, because annexing those properties into the district makes it easier for him to sell the houses. There's a method for informing your insurance company to try and, use our ISO rating, but you have to know what you're doing. And so basically, if you're looking at buying those houses, you're getting insurance quotes that are slamming you in the teeth.
The insurance is for.
It varies considerably based on the insurance company, because some care more than others, but, I think last time I looked, the average for ISO, the difference is something like $135
see anything, red flags that would slow us down?
As long as everything is followed in the code,
Yeah.
or in the legislative acts.
They left, Martha left this legislative acts.
By petition, as long as we're contiguous. We're not contiguous, it has to be a drawn map and petition with enough signature. I think it's what 75% of the residents have to request it, vote by petition. Is it 75%?
I have the legislative acts available. I think I gave you just a section on that, but I can,
This is annexation by the
yes.
board vote, and this is
That's-
actually.
Martha left it, I think it originally with what he has.
But we have to vote to do it, so.
Anybody else look at that?
Do we need to do something that sounds like we should?
Well, I was just thinking we could approve this preliminary waiting on the landowner that's already out there.
I move that we accept any annexation positions related to the parcels that were discussed tonight.
If we vote on anything, it needs to be contingent on getting that piece of paper.
Well, that is, it is approving any.
Because without that piece of paper, you
That
guys
was-
not contentious.
That's right, so.
That's what I was saying.
Approval of any valid annexation position, or any valid annexation petition of the parcels that were discussed this evening.
We'll just not table that till the next meeting, that's how we want to print it right.
Nope, because nobody wants it tabled any faster than it has to be, any longer than it has to be.
Well, we don't have what we need to,
That's why we use
Oh, yes.
that's why I make a motion that says that it's, that we give a blanket approval to
somebody else
those
will be
parcels.
writing these notes.
But you can count, they're right there on the list, they can be attached as an exhibit.
Who owns, can you look up these properties, see if there's any other names
Yes.
on this right quick?
They should all be listed under Southern Clover Development. You'll find 21 parcels, one of which is not part of this, annexation petition because there's other properties between that parcel and these.
That's the guy that already lives out there. Which one?
No, that's the developer.
Oh. No, I'm talking about the other property that you mentioned in between these.
No, so I was telling her so that she knows. Look, Southern Clover Development owns 21 parcels. All of those and one additional parcel that's not part of this. And then Mr. Patrick already owns 4, 3 of which are already in Lakeview Fire. And like I said, we've already got a verbal, and the annexation documents were prepared at his request and delivered to him last week.
Just the parcels and their addresses.
One of them is gonna have an address which should be, Honeysuckle Circle.
Two of them.
Oh, yeah,
Take them, 4 of them.
huh, I guess he's already got all the addresses lined up, that's quick.
Majority of them are on Longleaf and 2 on Joy Drive.
What's the number on it?
2, 3, 6, 7, 20, 23. Counting Mr. Patrick's property is 21. So, what I'm saying.
made a motion.
Yeah, and I can amend that motion to reflect the properties printed on that. The printed properties attached as an exhibit to the minutes.
So what is the motion?
The motion is to approve any valid annexation petitions related to the properties listed in Exhibit A, this document that Brandon has, which is the 20 parcels owned by Southern Clover Development and the single parcel that's owned by Mr. Patrick.
I'll get it off video.
All right, got a motion on the floor. Need a second?
I'll second.
All right. Got a motion, second, any other discussion?
Are we all comfortable that this falls in this, we're not violating this, obviously, I haven't read it.
Yeah, I mean, they got to petition the board, not, as long as we got documentation
Okay.
of the properties that are contiguous to the boundary line that we already have. It's, should be legit. Is that correct? Am I missing
As long as everything on that list is done. So Mr. Coleman is not inside the city limits, so he just petitions the board 30 days. And I would hesitate to say, it appears as though he is contiguous, just on first look. But if he is, then he just petitions the board in 30 days. If it's inside a city, municipality, then you have to go to that municipality.
Yeah, none of this is in the, well, actually, all of the Southern Clover properties are in Lakeview, so we do also have to advise the city and get their permission. After we agree, we have to go to the city and get them to say yes.
Lakeview? They're sitting in Stanley?
Yep.
It went to the legislature when I was still on.
Yeah, we went to the legislature to annex the subdivision into the city, so once all the petitions are in, they're all approved by us, then that petition goes to the city. And the city has to say, yeah, they're okay with us doing it. But Mr. Patrick's will just go straight into the district because he's not in the city limits.
All right. Call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed.
Sir?
We're just waiting on Mr. Patrick's information and.
Yeah, once he gets the document in, once that's in, we can send that one over to the city. That is the only original, we need to make sure Mark
This-
files
this
it.
one.
Yes, that's the only original on his website.
Alright. See, any other new business? Needs to be addressed this month.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Alright.
We'll put it here and have
I
it.
got it, Mike.
6:30.